Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff. Great to be here with you for another Panthers Boys Hockey matchup tonight. It is a battle for the ages. It's an important one. It's Oregon versus Edgewood, round 2 of this season. The Panthers went to Laban earlier in the year, back in December, lost 3-2 in overtime. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but as for right now, Edgewood 7-1 in the conference. Oregon 6-2. The winner here will be in first place. It's just a question of whether Edgewood will be solo in first place or whether they'll be tied with Oregon. The Panthers with a chance to do something they haven't done in quite a long time, and that is earn a Badger South crown. They have not defeated Edgewood since December 3rd, 2013, right here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. All the contests since then, it's been a total of 10, have gone to the Edgewood Crusaders. But with a win here, the Panthers would move into a tie for first place with the Crusaders as we head to the final bit of the season. Let's recap that previous match. It took place on December 20th. It was an instant classic. Edgewood struck first, scoring just 4 minutes and 18 seconds into the first period, and they maintained that 1-0 lead until 3:50 in the third period, when Zach Roscoe's tied it up for Oregon on a feed from Adam Franken. Pat McCormick then put the Panthers in the lead on a great one-timer off a pass from Matt Strotzman. Dan Graychuk, my partner, he's away today teaching CPR, but he predicted that one perfectly at the period intermission. I asked him to tell me who he thought might score aside from the first liners. He said McCormick and Strossman were his picks. They put it in, gave the Panthers a 2-1 lead. Edgewood, though, refused to be put away at home. They equalized with a power play goal from the Badger South's leading scorer, Thomas Weiss, and we went to overtime. It was a heartbreaker of a goal that got through on a shot from beneath the goal line by Peyton Smith, deflected off a Panther defender, beat Hunter Newton to the net, and that is how the game ended, giving Edgewood the 3-2 victory. We saw how good Oregon can be in that game. They played whistle to whistle. They played a full 3 periods and then some. Just played their absolute brains out, and what we saw from Oregon was a team comfortable in all 3 phases. Comfortable on offense and patient on offense. Comfortable on defense, putting bodies in the way, getting sticks in the way, keeping some very dangerous goal scorers in Edgewood, and we'll talk about the stats in just a moment, keeping them away from the areas they wanted to be in, keeping them from getting the shots they want to get. And then on special teams, the Panthers were very good on special teams. Unfortunately, that one power play goal was enough to force overtime, and then Edgewood capitalized to get the win. Tonight, special teams will be key. One of the big keys to any games is penalties. This season has been kind of a reversal for these two teams. Oregon is the 8th least penalized team in all of Wisconsin. Just 114 penalty minutes on 54 penalties. In contrast, Edgewood is the 2nd most penalized team in the state, spending 275 minutes in the box for 107 separate infractions. That's a 2-to-1 ratio of penalties and better than a 2.5-to-1 ratio of penalty minutes. All that said, though, both teams have a similar penalty kill percentage. Oregon 76.5, Edgewood 81.9. Edgewood has the clear advantage on the power play. They convert at a 31.8% rate when they get power play opportunities. Oregon getting 15.9% conversion on the power play. The Panthers are going to get chances tonight. Edgewood is going to commit penalties. The Panthers are going to have to capitalize. Conversely, the Panthers have not given up many penalties this season, but they face in the Crusaders one of the best power play units in the state. They will have to be absolutely on their game on the penalty kill if they want to hang in it against the Crusaders. The Zamboni's making his final loops. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the start of this game. You're watching Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey on OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff here with you on OCA Media. And we want to take a moment to thank the people who make this programming possible, our generous sponsors. They include the Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Oregon.
And you know what? We'll head down to the PA announcer, and we'll get back to those live reads in a moment.
The Oregon High School of Badger South Conference and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. features the visiting Edgewood Crusaders against our Oregon Panthers. And now for the starting lineups. For the Crusaders, starting in goal, number 30, Zach Walker. On defense, number 12, Hunter Straka. Also on defense, number 2, Zach Madsen. At forward, number 20, Cody Menzel. Also at forward, number 9, Drew Lenz. And at center, number 7, Thomas Weiss. Followed by the rest of the Crusaders. And now for the Oregon Panthers. Starting in goal, number 25, Hunter Newton. On defense, number 3, Hogan Schultz. Also on defense, number 12, Gage Shilton. At forward, number 8, Adam Franken. Also at forward, number 15, Laszlo Oros. At center, number 10, Zach Rostos. Followed by the rest of the Panthers. The Panthers are coached by Larry Clemens. Now, to honor America and those who fight in our freedom, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over the heart for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, everybody, we are just about to begin the Panthers versus the Crusaders. Edgewood at 7-1 in the Badger South Conference. Oregon at 6-2. Edgewood, who was on just an absolutely killer streak when Oregon encountered them previously, started off the season 10-1. They had a first game loss November 20th against Verona, then won 10 straight. Oregon being the 9th of those. They also went on to defeat Notre Dame 3-1 to go to a 10-1 record. Since that time, they have been just 2-6, losing to Superior, Verona, University School, McFarland, Sunbury, and Madison West. Now, those teams are no slouches. That is a tough run. They defeated Monona Grove 7-1 on that run and defeated Middleton 5-4 in overtime. Oregon obviously struggled against Middleton in the third period, so it gives you a bit of a comparison. But nonetheless, Edgewood having a bit of a reversal of fortune in the second part of this season. Oregon right now won their last one against Monroe 4-3 in overtime. A great game, and it was Joe Romer, the freshman, getting his first varsity goal, that overtime game winner, coming off of his tape to propel his team to the victory. We'll see if they can carry that momentum forward in this one. We are ready to start. It's going to be Zach Roscos in the dot, taking on Thomas Weiss. The Panthers do win the draw, and we are underway. 3 17-minute periods in the high school game as Edgewood moves back behind their own net, up in front and going to gather it up is Zach Walker. A dangerous little pinch play there as the puck leaked in front of the crease. Zach Walker, very sure-handed sophomore goaltender for these Edgewood Crusaders. He's got an 87.5% save percentage. He's faced 433 shots in this season. and has turned away 379 of them. Off the draw on the far side of the Edgewood zone, the Crusaders control, and moving this one up is Hunter Straka. Trying to send it to Lentz. Instead, it's turned around by Zach Roscoe, of the Panthers with 16:38 to play in this first period. Back to Lentz now near side, and Edgewood looks to move forward. Thomas Weiss, a nice pass ahead, finds Cody Menzel. Menzel drags in front, wraps it around. The goal is off. We don't have a signal. Now we do. That is a goal. Cody Menzel knocks that one home. And that is just a tough way to start for the Oregon Panthers. Menzel worked his way to the outside edge. Newton just not quite able to close it up on the far pipe before Menzel gets the score. And that makes it 1-0 with 16:28 to go in this game, in this first period. Edgewood early on top. Behind the net, nice kick there by Strassman. Wraps it around in front. Instead, it ends up back behind. Out in front again, and now the net is off, and we will get another whistle. Net coming off its moorings once more. Referees will reset, and we'll have a face-off in the far side of the Edgewood zone. 1-0 Edgewood lead very early in this game, 16-14 yet to play in the first period. Face-off in the far side, it'll be Holton Ayers taking it for the Panthers. Puck loose on the dot, works to the Zamboni door. Edgewood to the point, but held by Ayers. Nice hold at the blue line, and the Panthers keep it in the zone. Back behind the net, taken by Edgewood. They saucer it along into center ice. Moving it forward, nice take by Rush there, off the wall to Nick Bryan. Can't clear it out of the zone, and Edgewood holds. Turned by Colton Ayers, the opposite direction. Panthers go cross ice, near side Strassman. He'll whip it in and get a change for the forward line. In fact, we will get 5 new Panther skaters, along with a couple of Edgewood players. Into center ice, a one-touch sends it into the zone briefly. Hogan Schultz knocks it right back out. Edgewood high off the glass. That may be an icing call. Nope. Touched as it went by. Shiljan behind his own net for Oregon. Finds Adam Franken. It chips funny in the air, but following along is Zach Roscoe, hustling through center ice. A nice lead pass to Oros. Back to Roscoe. Ira Hash. A shot and a save loose in front, but Oros collapsed down just beyond it. A nice play by the Panthers. Good setup. And they need to keep generating chances like that. 15:09 to play in this first period. A long one from Edgewood goes down for icing. We'll take it back the other way. Zach Roscoe, a great shot from the outside hash marks there on the far side of the ice. Oh, I apologize. I hit the wrong button there. Instead of shot on goal, I hit score. Didn't mean to give you a heart attack there, folks. Unfortunately, the Panthers not yet have a goal. I trust they'll get a few in this game, though. Strassman rifles one across the net mouth. It goes to the far side. Menzel of Edgewood moving it forward, but it's taken away and whapped in by Strassman with 14:56 to play. Panthers give chase behind the net. Forced to the far side. Ayers drops it to the point for Hogan Schultz. Sends a light one in. It hits Ayers. He turns around, fires a shot just wide. There's Strassman, drops it in front. It's still loose, but now skated away by Drew Lentz. Cody Menzel coming across the center line. Goes right wing side, tap towards Shiljan. He sends it back to the point, and it's loose. Here's Strassman with a one-on-one opportunity. Working on Zach Madsen. Madsen blocks the shot. And Straka of Edgewood turns it around, loses an edge though, goes hard into the wall, and it'll be flipped in by the Panthers, giving chase, and coming hard is Drew Reynolds. Reynolds behind the net, along with Pat McCormick. Try and push it along that far side wall. Jake Fountain steps in, a big hit against the wall from Matt Rush. Puck still loose, Rush in there, rifles one in, but it's stopped by Madsen of Edgewood. Into center ice for Cody Menzel. Gets it across to Drew Lentz. Lentz easily offside. The linesman makes the call, and we'll have a neutralized faceoff with 14:02 to play in the first period. So far, at least by my count, just one shot on goal for each team. Menzel's, of course, finding its way home. Zach Roscoe's taking the shot for Oregon. Sticked away by Zach Walker of Edgewood. Roscoe's in the dot this time, taking on Aiden Lentz of the Crusaders. Linesman looks off the wingers and drops the puck. Clean win for Edgewood, and they fire it right into the Oregon zone. Newton drops it off behind the net for Matt Rush. Oros turns the opposite way and comes near side. Working through the defensive zone of Oregon. Franken able to let that one go by. And they'll put some pressure on. Roscoe's following along against Jordan Imhoff-Evericks. To the near side for Edgewood. Move it nicely through center ice, but there's an opportunity and put in very nicely by Parker Schmidt. Walker stops it up behind his net for Madsen. Along the near side with 13:29 to play. Loose puck comes to Adam Franken, trying to find a way into the slot. Sends it to the middle. It goes through traffic and comes out into the neutral zone. Gage Shilgen there. Cross to his D partner, Caden Peterson. Peterson's pass picked off and taken in by Peyton Smith. Smith leaps around one man, takes a big hit in center ice. In the slot, the center of the Oregon zone. Nice move by Nick Bryan to tap that one out. He takes a hit for his trouble, but does complete the clear. And even 13 minutes to play, it's a 1-0 Edgewood lead here in the first period. Stopping up is Hunter Straka. Feeds that one into the center. Drop it back. Naish Dara, no shot as it's blocked up by the defense. Oh boy, a railroad of a hit on Nick Bryan, but here come the Panthers. Drop into the middle, dragging through, losing his head and going in was Gage Shilgen. Matt Strassman and Gage Shilgen, an unlikely combination, but they work together there. Get a good opportunity, but Zach Walker able to cover it up with 12:43 to play. It remains a 1-0 Edgewood lead here in the first period. I think the Panthers checking with the referee about that one, potentially curious about a penalty, but none coming, and we'll actually take this face-off in the neutral zone as the net came off when Shilgen went into it. Clean win from Zach Roscos. Holgen Schultz puts it toward the blue line. It's knocked back by the Crusaders, but Roscos with it. Nice move to Oros and a great play in, and here's Franken. Franken across, broken up by Straka. Franken follows into the wall. Putting his arm in there is Oros. Up at the point, Schultz, and they get past. Here comes Menzel. He's got Drew Lentz with him. Feed across. Great breakup by Zach Roscos, and then Lentz puts in an extremely late hit. The Oregon fans wanting a call. That was well after the whistle. And the Oregon student section is incensed. With 12:19 to play, though, no call is coming. We will have a face-off. And in fact, they're going to get Roscos for a hook. And that was what the whistle was for. So Zach Roscos called for the hooking penalty with 12:19 to play. And it will be a 2-minute power play for Edgewood. We talked at the top about how dangerous the Edgewood power play unit is. They win the draw and control. Straka drops that one back, finds Thomas Weiss, the leading scorer in the Badger South. Now here's Weiss on the near side wall, trying to work it back to the point for Straka. And moves it opposite side, Menzel. Feed inside, Gage Shilgen off the skate, but can't hold it. Weiss comes up for the Crusaders. Drop in, look to feed low, swing and a miss, and it's still loose in the crease. A second shot and a great save by Hunter Newton. A killer shot save from the senior goaltender. Makes a great stop on the power play. 11:53 to play in this period. The power play clock was not running. It still shows 2 minutes on the penalty. It should be 10:19 when the Roscos penalty expires. So we've still got about 1:40 of a power play left. The referee coming over to the scores table just to make sure we're all on the same page. So it seems like the penalty clock is not functioning. We'll just have to go by the game clock. As it is at 10:19, should be when the Zach Roscos penalty expires. The referee back into the scorers table now, just discussing things with the off-ice officials, making sure everyone knows what's going on, and it looks like we're ready to play once again. So Colton Ayers will take the face-off on the far side of the Oregon zone against Thomas Weiss. Thomas Weiss, a junior, 34 goals, 21 assists on this season. Total of 55 points, well ahead of anyone else in the Badger South. Behind the net, they feed it across. Quick shot and knocked away by Shilgen once more. Great backhanded clear from Colton Ayers, and now Matt Strassman gonna put a little pressure on Zach Madsen as he streaks behind his net. Edgewood coming back out. Forward for Weiss, it's a little strong. Right there is Gage Shilgen, and another solid clear. 11:27 to go in the period, minute 32 now that the penalty clock is running. Left on that power play. Straka ahead to Weiss on the right wing side. Weiss, top of the circle, face-off dot, drags around, wraps into center, the shot goes wide, second shot goes right across the net mouth, and the net comes off from a collision. We'll get another face-off with 11:13 to play in the first and 1:20 on the power play. Panthers getting a couple of nice clears on that run down the ice. Got to keep Edgewood off the board here. Thomas Weiss against Sam Mueller. Puck drops. It's one back to Hunter Straka. Working to center point, feeds opposite side Menzel. He takes a quick shot. It bangs high into the safety netting and out of play. Parker Schmidt lost a glove on the play, gets it back on, and we're ready for another out-of-play faceoff. 11:06 to go in the first period. 50 seconds left on the power play. Mueller against Weiss once again in the far side faceoff dot. Early entry. And now the penalty has come off the scoreboard. So fair amount of confusion with the scoreboard tonight. It happens, though, if you've ever used one of those scoreboard controllers. They're not great. At 10:19 to go in the period, that's when Zach Roscos will come back out. Off the faceoff, it's Straka, far point. Out of the center point, drops in. Menzel to the hash marks, feed across to Lentz, a shot and a score. A great cross-ice pass. The movement from Menzel to Lentz was outstanding. And Edgewood makes it 2-0. With 10:55 to go in this first period, they are rolling here in Oregon early. Power play goal to Lentz with 10:55 to go. Menzel gets his second point of the night as he gets the assist. He had their first goal. Panthers looking to find a way back in this game. Off the draw, it's Laszlo Oros doing a nice job to fight through some traffic. Roscos working to get that puck, and the Panthers battling hard on this shift. Oros puts a shot in. He's getting more physical out there than we often see him. Doing a nice job putting bodies on players. 10:39 to play. Puck behind the Edgewood net. Taken by the Crusaders. Oh, feed across. There's Adam Franken. Backhand and a score! What a pass from Zach Roscos. Franken, forehand to backhand, roofs it. And it's 2-1 Edgewood as the Panthers cut the lead in half. Zach Roscos, one of the best passers in this league. We know he's known for his scoring. He's the captain of the team, and you count on him to get goals, but he is just as deadly on the assist. And with 10:24 to play, just 31 seconds after the Edgewood goal, the Panthers tally one of their own. And it's 2-1 Edgewood here in the first period. Feed down low. Matt Rush there, up to Nick Bryan. Bryan, a great pass to Colton Ayers. Ayers tries a cross ice to Strassman, can't get it there. But the Panthers managed to keep it in the zone. Great effort by Ayers and Strassman to work that one all the way down into Edgewood territory. Up at the point, Rush a quick shot. It goes a little bit wide. Helped along by the stick of Zach Walker, the goalie for Edgewood. Nice job by Schmidt. Excuse me, that was Caden Peterson. Peterson holds it at the point. The Panthers going to be able to get Nick Bryan a change. And here we go. Strassman, low angle, flips a shot. It's blocker saved. That time, by Zach Walker. Coming forward on this one is Aiden Lentz. Lentz trying to work his way through, fighting hard, a one-man effort. At the point, it's going to be held by Edgewood. They send a shot in, and Newton wisely just takes the save and takes the stoppage. 9:28 to play, 2-1 Edgewood here in the first period. Let's see if we can't settle this up. I want to say I'm going to go about there. I apologize. The shots on goal, easy to lose track of. Face-off, won by the Crusaders in the Panther zone. Send it across, Oros, and that's a feed to Adam Franken. He's well behind the defense if he can get there before the icing. He does. No, he does not. I thought he was going to get there. Adam Franken hustling for everything he was worth. A great backhanded pass from Laszlo Oros. Just put a bit too much on it. He sprung Adam Franken, but was just a little bit too strong. 9:19 to play in the first period. Roscos versus Weiss in the near side face-off dot of the Panther zone. Puck drops. Roscos wins it over to Shiljan. Wraps it on the far side for Parker Schmidt. Schmidt and Oros fighting for it. Now here comes Weiss. Top of the near circle. Shot and a save from Hunter Newton. Perfect positioning. Aligns his pads just so and swallows it up. And that is another Panther save. 9:08 to play in the first period. Edgewood wanted a late substitution, the referee not having it. So the faceoff will be between Roscos and Drew Lentz. Roscos wins that one back. It's Parker Schmidt in the corner. Tries to send it up. It's blocked off by the Crusaders, and they control. Drew Lentz, far side, pushed up against the wall by Roscos. Oros gives the clear, and now Franken hustling after as Hunter Straka has to retreat into his own zone. The Panthers get a change. 8:50 to play in the first period. Straka coming near side, taps it ahead for Weiss, works his way through center ice. Now the left wing edge as he comes into the zone. Wraps it all the way around behind the net. Looking for a pass. Good defense from the Panthers. Drops it to Menzel as they look to get some movement. Feed into center is out of the reach of Weiss, and now we have a whistle as the net has come off. Once again, we'll restart. 8:33 to play in the first period. Edgewood jumped out to an early lead. Panthers answered back. It's 2-1 Crusaders early in this game. Panthers, for their last 10 meetings with Edgewood, there have been some great ones. They've been awfully close, but they have not been able to beat this team since December of 2013. Hoping to change that here in January of 2019. Colton Ayers will take on Teddy Klusner, the near side Panther dot. Line's been ready, and here we go. Oh, had a little water bottle change there. Now we're ready to play. And here we go. Linesmen keep having to look off the near side wingers. Face off one by Edgewood. And it's Budzinski that wraps it all the way around. Big hit against Budzinski in that near side point. Panthers control the puck in their own corner. Nick Bryan does a nice job to turn it around. Getting hassled from behind, but he whips it along, and Hunter Straka into his own zone. Ayers putting the pressure on. Angled pass, boy, hits the linesman right in the back. Panthers into center ice. Here's Strassman. He gets crunched, but there's Matt Rush. He won't be able to enter. Strassman on the ice, had to get back on side. Panthers do finally check back up. Just a little confusion. A huge hit against Strassman. He tried to give one, but he got it a lot worse. And now hustling in is Hunter Straka. Straka tries to drag around, nothing doing. The puck comes toward Hunter Newton, and he easily makes the stop. And I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm sorry, everybody. Edgewood only has 2. Now we're even. So with 7:53 to play in the first, it's 2-1 Edgewood. Jake Fountain taking the face-off, loses it to Cooper Fink. Move it across, feed it in low. Newton lets it go by. Fountain again in the corner for the Panthers, trying to get it up to Pat McCormick. Puck trapped on that far side wall, both teams battling for it. Comes over to Caden Peterson, does a nice job to lift that pass along to Drew Reynolds, who backhands it into neutral ice. Peterson holds in front of his own bench. Panthers looking to get an entry. McCormick fighting for that puck, comes away with it, moves a pass ahead, a nice little swipe from Fountain. Turned around by Nash Darragh of Edgewood. Stuck in front of the scorer's table. Darragh can't carry it away. It works its way further down. Hits Fountain a little funny, but Shiljan a cross ice pass. Touched up a couple of defenders, so no icing with 7:07 to play in the first period. Wrapped around hard to that near side. Oros just off the bench. Putting some pressure on, but Edgewood able to squirt by. Coming up is Cooper Fink. He's got Drew Lentz with him. Fink takes a shot. Up to pad save, and Rush knocks it along to the far side wall. Still loose. Drew Reynolds puts it back behind the net. Rush chasing there for Oregon. Nice stop up to move past Lentz. He hits Drew Reynolds with that pass. They get it across to Weiss, but just out of his reach. Thomas Weiss turning around on it in the corner. Drops that one in. That comes dangerously through, but here's Oros, a nice one-handed grab. Passes it across. Thought he was going to have Fountain, but Fountain goes for a change, and Weiss hangs on for the Crusaders. Menzel to Weiss. Low angle shot and a save, and a great cover from Hunter Newton. We saw those low angle shots go wrong for Oregon in their first game against Edgewood. Newton does a nice job to close off the post and clean up the rebound. Not allow second chances for the Crusaders. Roscos against Weiss, near side of the Panther zone. It's 1. Back to Madsen of Edgewood. Rifles it into Lentz. Pushed up against the wall, and the Panthers going for this puck. Roscos able to drag it out. He's got Oros and Franken with him. Finds Oros. Here's Oros and Franken on a 2-on-1. Looking for the pass. Takes it and whips it through the net mouth. Gage Shiljan crunching up at the point. Following along with him is Roscos. Edgewood manages to poke it clear of the zone. Feed across, and now entering is Oros once again. Stops up to find Franken on the pass. Tries to rifle it in. It bangs hard off the shin guards of an Edgewood player. Crusaders doing a great job getting in the middle of these. The one touch from Shiljan is taken away briefly, but a nice whip there from Hogan Schultz. That's out of the reach of Franken, and it will go for icing. But Schultz does a nice job to keep Edgewood from getting a clean entry. 5:43 to play in this first period. It's 2-1 Crusaders here in Oregon. Going hard to the ice is Caden Peterson. Big crowd here, bigger crowd than we usually get for these games. An important one and a late one. Great to see everybody out here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Face-off, won by the Panthers. Controlled by Parker Schmidt. Taps it ahead for Nick Bryan. Crosses through the slot, and it's taken by Caden Peterson. He's got Strassman there. Strassman gets a touch on, so no icing. But it'll be taken behind the net by the Crusaders. Ayers tries to drop it off to Nick Bryan. It's just out of his reach. And coming forward are the Crusaders. It's Peyton Smith. He's got Teddy Klusner with him. Smith ridden all the way into the boards, and the puck comes along the near side of the Panther zone. Out into neutral ice and actually past the defense. Nick Bryan's going to put a little hustle on here as Zach Walker taps it across to Imhoff Evericks. Loose puck, and this will be taken by Oregon behind the net. They feed it right into the center. A little dipsy doodle move from Colton Ayers. Nick Bryan not quite able to go, but a very nice attempt. A little trickery there with 4:55 to play in the first. That pass does not get past Peterson. He gets past two men to the top of the far circle. Works his way down. Feed, a backhand shot. It hits the inside of the post. What a whip from Pat McCormick, who sends it back down. I can't believe that one did not go. Oh, my goodness. Zach Roscoe's feed to McCormick again. His redirect is a little wide. Stopped, top of the slot. Rush swings over the top and doesn't get it cleanly. Roscoe's rifles one. It goes high and into the safety netting to get us the stoppage. I desperately wish we had replay just for shots like that. If we could show you a slow-mo of Pat McCormick twisting around behind his back and firing that one to the inside of the post, and it just banged out, boy, another millimeter to the right, and that is a tie game. 4:25 to play in this first period. Panthers control. Trying to get it to Roscoe's. Loose puck, poked towards the blue line and does come out. Matt Rush rifles it off the dasher. And I believe they're going to call that offsides. That must have caught Pat McCormick before he had gotten back onside, so we will have a center ice faceoff. 4:14 to go in this first period. Edgewood up 2-1. Roscoe's to take on Cooper Fink in the dot. Controlled by Edgewood, but it comes right to Hogan Schultz. He sends one off the board for Pat McCormick. McCormick, boy, gets crunched hard into the Edgewood boards right in front of their bench. But here he comes following along. Loose puck to Franken, drops to Roscoe's. Tries to flip it over to Franken, he can't do it, and Edgewood wanting to break this one out in a hurry. Hunter Straka on the right wing, top of the circle, drags into the slot, poked away from behind by Roscoe's. Feed into center, a shot no good, knocked away. Oh boy, Hunter Newton making a killer save. And the puck comes out into the neutral zone. 3:42 to play in this period as the Panthers get a five-man change. Cody Menzel up the left wing edge to the top of the circle. Looks to feed to Lenz. He does find him, but Lenz got nowhere to go. Turns it around, and it comes out towards the point. This will be taken by Strassman. Curled off his tape, though, by Edgewood as they work through center. Swatted away from Thomas Weiss by Colton Ayers. Briefly into the Edgewood zone, and now back to Panther territory. Hogan Schultz rifling one towards Nick Bryan. Too strong, and Straka comes up with it in his defensive zone. Turns it toward the Panther bench. Panther defense stepping up. It's Caden Peterson that's got it, and that's an offsides warning against Edgewood. Now we move forward. Here's Matt Strassman. He'll pitchfork that one in and give it a chase. Even 3 minutes to play in this first period. It's a 2-1 Edgewood advantage. Tap it forward. Here comes Thomas Weiss. Cross ice to Menzel, and it is offsides. Thank goodness for that, because Menzel had made a nice move through the defense, was well behind him, but he was also offsides. You can't do that. And we'll get another center ice faceoff. 2:56 to go in this first period. A great game between two great teams so far. Roscoe's against Weiss once again. Both men solid face-off specialists. Drew Lentz fires that one in and rifles it behind the net. Gage Shiljan to take. Turns it around to his D partner, Caden Peterson. Coming far side, they lift it along, and here's Laszlo Oros. Cross ice to the middle for Roscoe's. Can't play it with the skate, but gets it to Franken just the same. There's Oros. Oros face-off dot, and what a glove save from Zach Walker. Walker with a nice position there. Has to fight it off. It comes near his ear there and has to get the glove up in a hurry. But he's able to make the stop and keep it a 2-1 game with 2:33 to play in this first period. First line still out there for Oregon. Roscoe's taking on Teddy Klusner in the face-off dot. Klusner fires it back into the rear wall. Oros there, looking to get it to Roscos. He steps around traffic. Flips it towards the center. It goes through the crease, comes to Oros, far side. Drops it down towards Franken, but it's taken away by Hunter Straka as he picks up speed through neutral ice. Fighting his way to the top of the slot. Tries to drag it through traffic. A second shot is knocked away by Hunter Newton on a great save with the tip of the glove. That shot coming from Aiden Lentz. Cross ice to Franken from Oros. Here goes Franken. One-on-one against Hunter Straka. Stops up at the point. Just trying to hold this one in as his team gets a change. Long home run pass out of the reach of Edgewood, and that will go for icing. Peyton Smith not able to come up with it. What a save by Hunter Newton on that end. Didn't get it cleanly with the glove, but got enough of it to force it up and away from the goal. Keep this a 2-1 game. Both goaltenders showing us something. Both teams showing us something all the way around. Minute 4:54 to play. It's 2-1 Edgewood. Jake Fountain in the dot for the Panthers. Edgewood wins the draw. Sends it up the near side boards. Carrying it ahead this time is Nash Darragh. His pass attempted for Luke Thompson. Doesn't get through traffic. Thompson gets up off the ice. Fires that one across. Finds Nash. Puck knocked off his tape into the near corner. Thompson trying to work it up to Zach Madsen at the point. Puck is lost to Jake Fountain of Oregon, and he'll skate behind his own net. Minute 30 to play in this period. Fountain the other way to Drew Reynolds. Reynolds working hard up that near side. Gets the puck to Matt Rush, the big defenseman. Sends it to Pat McCormick. McCormick comes up the far side edge. That's going to be, wow, I thought that was offsides, but no call. And we'll continue to play. Edgewood controls. Sends that one ahead to Luke Thompson. Rocked right back in, but this time it is a delayed offsides against Oregon. Colton Ayers to put the pressure on Andrew Budzinski. He finds Madsen on the near side. Taps it ahead into Oregon's zone, but there's Gage Shilgen to control. Nearly stick checked off it, and he is. Here's Drew Lentz. Lentz's pass across doesn't get through, ends up on the rear wall. 48 seconds to go in this first period. Feed to center that time, taken by Nick Bryan. Has it knocked away by Thomas Weiss. The Crusaders drop it to Lentz on those outer hash marks. His pass broken up by Colton Ayers. What a job by Colton. Clearing attempt by Strassman finally gets it out into the neutral zone with 30 seconds to play. Bringing it back in is Hudson Gerke. His pass goes long, and it's taken by the assistant captain, Gage Shilgen. Up to the point, but nobody there except Gerke. Edgewood controls. Down below the goal line for Thomas Weiss. Wrap into center. Shot no good. It's blocked by Parker Schmidt. Getting in front of that one with 12 seconds to play. The defenseman coming up big for Oregon at the end of this first period. Hunter Newton drops this one for Schmidt with 5 seconds to play. His pass towards Nick Bryan. Bryan gets it out, and that will finish this first period. An exciting and an active first period here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. It is 2-1 as we head to the first intermission. The first goal coming just 32 seconds into the game. Cody Menzel, number 20, the even strength tally for the Edgewood Crusaders. Then at 10:55 in the first period, or I should say, I should use the appropriate hockey terminology, at 6:05 in the first period, it was Drew Lentz on the power play, assisted by Cody Menzel. Zach Roscos had been called for the hooking. And that was how it ended up being 2-0 Edgewood. But the Panthers were equal to the task. Adam Franken, just 31 seconds later, getting an assist from Zach Roscos, a great little move and pass to bring the Panthers back within one, and that is where we find ourselves. It is 2-1 as we go into the second intermission. The only penalty was against Oregon in that period, and Edgewood's 31.8% conversion rate made them pay. That is why they are on top. As we head into the second period for the Panthers, the key, stay out of the box. They're playing really solid defense when they're even strength. They go down a man, though, and that Edgewood power play unit is tough for almost anyone to stop. For Edgewood, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. They're playing awfully well. They need to keep track of Oregon a little bit better. Oregon got a number of kind of odd rushes there, changes. Oregon also, I think, winning the edge sort of in the down-low stick handling, especially on the offensive side. Oregon's stick handling, puck moving has been really solid. Edgewood needs to clean that up just a little bit. As we go to the second period, it's going to be a close one. It's 2-1 Edgewood with 34 minutes of hockey left. Stay tuned. You're watching OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff here with you on OCA Media. Thanks so much for joining us for Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. It's 2-1 in favor of Edgewood as we head into the second period. Before we do that, let's thank some of our kind sponsors. who make programming like this possible. They include the Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking, Stoughton Hospital and Oregon Urgent Care, trusted care close to home. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider becoming a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Torhorst Insurance, they're your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts located in the heart of Oregon. Oregon Tax and Accounting, serving the Oregon community since 2001. See Jim for all your small business and personal tax services. Firefly Coffee House and Artisan Cheese, in the heart of downtown Oregon, offering fresh bakery, daily lunch specials, soups and salads, along with hand-selected small batch Wisconsin cheese. Thank you so much to our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. And if you would like to sponsor OCA, visit our website, ocamedia.com. Get in touch with us. We'd be happy to have you. You can find all of our broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Search YouTube for OCA Media, or go to our website, ocamedia.com. You can also see our schedule there for our cable channel. If you have charter cable, we're on channels 983 and 984. So as we head back to the ice, the players just about to return out here. And we're going to get started with the second period of action. It is 2-1 Edgewood. They struck early, just 32 seconds into the first period. They got their first tally, an unassisted goal from Cody Menzel. Then it was Drew Lentz from Cody Menzel, a power play goal with 10:55 left in the first period. Zach Roscos had been called for a hook, and Edgewood converted. But Zach Roscos got right back into it. He assisted Adam Franken just 31 seconds later to cut the lead in half, and that is where we find ourselves. It is 2-1 in this second period. The referee, not happy that Edgewood decided to skate the full length of the ice, tells him get back on their side as we get ready to start things here. Hunter Newton getting the nod in goal for the Oregon Panthers. Newton 4-2-0 so far this season. Faced 151 shots on goal, allowed only 14 goals through. That's a 2.31 goals against average. In his career for Oregon, he's 12-3, allowed only 36 goals, a 2.29 goals against, 90.8 save percentage, and he has 3 shutouts to his name. Zach Walker, as I mentioned, the sophomore goaltender for Edgewood, 9-7-0, at 87.5% save percentage. Linesman making sure everyone's ready, and we are going to get started in the second period. Zach Roscos taking on Thomas Weiss. As the puck drops, Weiss wins it back, and Edgewood controls for the first possession here. Oros fighting his way through. It comes to Walker, and he covers it up. A dangerous little bit of play there. Edgewood not handling it cleanly on their defensive line. Oros trying to exploit that, nearly gets to the puck, but Walker gets on top. Face off far side of the Edgewood zone with 16:53 to go. Puck goes through the referee's legs and ends up on the tape of Nathan Walker. One touched out of the zone, but a nice job by Hogan Schultz to keep it close, and Zach Roscos turns it around. Hunter Straka in his far corner. Works it behind his own net and comes up on the near side. Pass ahead to Cody Menzel is too strong. It comes to Hogan Schultz of Oregon once again. Finds Franken, who finds Oros. Oros not able to cleanly grab it, but the Panthers do retain possession with 16:28 to go in the second period. Up the near side wall to Oros. Tries to give it back to Schultz. Schultz taking off it, and here's Menzel with a 2-on-2 along with Drew Lentz. To the far side, Dada shot, and what a save. That time by Hunter Newton. 16:11 to play. A great shot and a great stop by Hunter Newton. Pass comes ahead, and Edgewood enters the zone 2-on-2 again. Lentz, top of the circle, drops it off. Weiss wide open, drives one right into Hunter Newton, who makes the stop. Dangerous chance, though, from Edgewood there. Weiss takes the slapper and puts it right into the belly of Hunter Newton, who had good positioning with an even 16 minutes to play, but the Panthers do not want to give up too many opportunities like that. Colton Ayers at the dot for Oregon, near side of his own zone. He'll take on Teddy Klusner. Puck drops. Taken by Edgewood, they get it up to the center point, move it across to Imhoff Everix. His shot deflected away from the net, ends up behind the cage. Matt Rush trying to take it there for Oregon. Up the near side to Nick Bryan. Sends it out, and chasing after this one is Matt Strassman, and Strassman now has a chance against Zach Madsen. Madsen does get there first, knocks Strassman down and able to swing by and hang on to that puck. Sometimes going over the top of it works out for you. Offsides, and Matt Strassman never did quite get back on. Offsides against Oregon. We'll get a neutral ice faceoff with 15:35 to play in the second period. Panthers going to keep the same line out there, as is Edgewood. Ayers against Klusner once more. Linesman drops the puck. Edgewood puts a stick on, but it's the Panthers that control. Parker Schmidt to Matt Strassman. Strassman following into the corner. Taps it behind the net for Nick Bryan. Bryan tries to drag it back, finds Ayers, feed into center, knocked away by Edgewood, but held at the point. Schmidt winds, drives, what a shot! And that hit a whole bunch of bodies on its way in, but didn't quite make it to the net. Trying to get past on this one is Peyton Smith. Instead, it's taken away by Colton Ayers of Oregon. Loses the edge, but gets it ahead to Matt Strassman. Strassman looking for a long pass out to Nick Bryan. Taken by Edgewood and moved across to the far side. They dump that back into the Oregon zone with 14:58 to play in this second period. Still a 2-1 Edgewood lead. Matt Rush, far side. Up the wall to Strassman, out of his reach. Taken by Edgewood and turned around the other way. Controlled now by Peyton Smith. Up to Parker Schmidt instead of Oregon, and Hunter Straka at the near point. His shot blocked by Nick Bryan. A great play with the cap of his toe from Matt Strassman. Strassman elects to just drive one in and get a 5-skater change for Oregon. Nice job by Pat McCormick to block the clearing attempt from Edgewood, and McCormick comes up with this puck. He's down low on the goal line, looking to get a pass through. Nice footwork, but it is finally taken away by Edgewood and sent along the near wall with 14:19 to play in the second. Pass coming out, and it finds its way to Hunter Straka. Top of the far circle, a great pad save. Swing and a miss on the bouncing puck as Hunter Newton made another stop on that one. Coming in is Caden Peterson of Oregon. He loses it, and it's taken by Nathan Walker. Does a nice job to stop up on the near side. Walker back behind his own net with 13:58 to play. Cross ice pass, doesn't get through, and a good swat by Jake Fountain. He'll go for a change for Oregon. Panthers looking to get their first liners out there. Walker of Edgewood. Cross ice is blocked down by Zach Roscoe. Roscoe nearly holds it in, but it's Hunter Straka coming up 1-on-2. Straka to the outside, drops it in the middle, backhanded away by Zach Roscoe. Puck still loose. Pat McCormick trying to get it clear. Thomas Weiss at the point. No, can't hold it. Here's Adam Franken of Oregon. Franken past Hunter Straka, and here comes Adam. Stops up, looks for help, finds Oros. It's out of his reach on a stick lift. Roscoe's called for the offsides. I couldn't tell if he held that one in or not. It was very close. The linesman right on the blue line makes the solid call, and we'll have a neutral ice faceoff. Panthers trying to turn it the other way after a couple Edgewood rushes, and with 13:22 to go in the second period, it is still 2-1 Crusaders here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Roscoe wins the draw back to Gage Shiljan. Backhands it ahead towards Franken. Edgewood slots it in. Shiljan behind his own net for Oregon. Coming near side, it comes a little strong, but he stays with it. Now looking for the pass, finds Oros. Oros, some nice stick handling, high off the glass, gets that one ahead. Here's Franken. Franken challenged by Madsen. Now whips it across, there's Roscoe. Roscoe curls in front and just loses it. Oh my goodness, could not quite get there. We've got a hand up, delayed penalty coming against Oregon. Edgewood moves it across to Thomas Weiss. He drags past Schultz. His shot is off the pad. A nice save there from Hunter Newton. And now we get the whistle as Oregon touches it up. Tripping is the call against Laszlo Oros. He will head to the box. And, oh my, Zach Roscoe's coming just this close to getting that one on a great effort play from the Panthers. But unfortunately, Oros calls for the trip. This is exactly what the Panthers wanted to avoid. Edgewood, such a solid power play unit. They are 1 for 1 on the power play already tonight, and they get a second opportunity here. Panthers penalty killers, Ben Wiedholtz, Parker Schmidt, Sam Mueller, and Matt Rush. Out there to try and knock this one down. Drew Lentz in the dot for Edgewood. Mueller wins that one back towards Rush. Moves it up the near side. Mueller following, and he's going to look to clear this one out. Taken by Straka in neutral ice. Drop pass, and he finds Peyton Smith. Back towards Straka, too strong, and Parker Schmidt will control for Oregon. Behind his own net. Backhands it along. Mueller going to try and get there first. Getting in front is Mueller. A nice job. He gives Rush the chance, and Rush rifles one out. An outstanding clear. 12:14 to play in the second period. Minute 30 left on the power play. Hunter Straka behind his own net, hassled by Sam Mueller. Straka carrying speed through neutral ice. He gets it up to Drew Lentz, but it comes too strong again. Rush is going to get there first. Pass out goes instead to Thomas Weiss. Center point and back to Weiss at the top of the near circle. Move that one across to Peyton Smith. His pass a little errant. Expected Weiss to retreat to the point. Weiss working his way towards the high part of the slot. Finds Lentz at the faceoff dot. His shot goes wide on a deflection from Matt Rush. 11:42 to play. 59 seconds on the power play. Move it across. There's Weiss on the far side dot. He shoots and he scores. And that power play unit of Edgewood is so good. And this time it's Thomas Weiss getting into the scoring, his 56th point of the season. With 11:37 to go in the second, it's 3-1 Edgewood. Panthers going down, giving Hunter Newton an attaboy, and it looks like more than anything, he's probably trying to keep them in this one. This is the critical time for the Panthers here. This is where you make kind of a mental decision. You're going to stay in this game or not. We have seen the Panthers battle back from adversity this season. If I do say so myself, I think they've done a better job of it than they did last season. They're in a tough spot here, and they're going to need to dig deep. Oros, a nice cross-ice pass to Franken, coming up with Roscos. They enter the zone. Finds Roscos, drags around his man. Stops, whips it through center, but they can't get the lumber on with 11:18 to play in the second period. Clearing attempt by Edgewood is too strong, and they find Roscos on the re-entry. Roscos, a shot and a save. Getting assists on that play for Edgewood on the previous goal were Peyton Smith and Hunter Straka. So, with 11:07 to go in the second period, it is 3-1 Edgewood. Zach Roscos to take the faceoff near side of the Edgewood zone. He wins this one, controls it all the way to the wall, but he's pushed off it, and here comes Hunter Straka of the Crusaders. Moves his way to the far right wing edge. Caden Peterson gets in front of him, takes a shot. It pops high over the goal and ends up behind it. Nice job by Matt Rush, and a great little one-touch from Oros to Roscos. Across the red line, cross to to Oros at the faceoff dot. Low angle, and he lifts it just too high. Takes the glass and wraps all the way around into the Oregon zone. 10:39 to play in this second period. Behind the net, it's Caden Peterson controlling. Ping-pongs between his skates a little bit there, but he gets the pass up to Franken. The entry attempt from Nathan Walker was offsides, and so we'll get the neutral ice faceoff. A nice job by Roscos to get that puck to Oros. He had a good look at it, but ran out of space a little bit and then just ended up launching it high. Colton Ayers in the dot against Thomas Weiss. Ayers swats it all the way into the Edgewood zone, and look at Strassman go. Matt Strassman has got incredible straight line speed. When he gets going on a sprint like that, he is hard to keep up with. Strassman fighting for it along with Ayers. It comes to Drew Lentz of the Crusaders. His one-touch picked off by Nick Bryan and sent back down. Stopped up by Walker, back to Lentz. Far side of the Edgewood zone. Bryan just putting his body in on it, but Edgewood able to carry it away. The Crusaders coming forward. It's Cody Menzel. Drop pass to Thomas Weiss. Weiss works his way in front and collides. Collides hard with the goal. Gets right up, looks no worse for the wear, but will get a face-off as the goal came off. 9:58 to go in this second period. Edgewood up by 2, 3-1, thanks to 2 power play goals, one from Thomas Weiss and one from Drew Lentz. Holton Ayers against Thomas Weiss, far side of the neutral zone. Lentz controls the face-off across to Menzel. Feeds to Lentz, it's too strong and goes to the corner. Shiljan takes a bump, but it's picked up by Ayers. Ayers high and into the stands here. That one actually caught the boards, but then popped up even higher. Nobody sitting in that particular bench, thankfully. Nobody harmed. And on the out of play with 9:46 to go, we will do it in the near side of the Panthers zone. Panthers get out there. Joe Romer, the freshman, was the hero of the Monroe game. Won it in overtime with his first varsity goal. He wins the draw and gets it over to Matt Rush of Oregon. Up off the wall towards Mueller. Keep it moving. Mueller again. Nice cross ice to Wiedholtz, and here come the Panthers on the rush. Wiedholtz along with Romer. Taps it in, but Romer not quite able to stop up. Tried for a little sort of hop step, but couldn't resist his momentum. Panthers are offside, and we'll get a neutralized face-off right here on the near side. 9:32 to go in this game. It's 3-1 Edgewood in the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Romer in the dot against Teddy Klusner. He wins it back to Straka, who is pushing forward. Straka, boy, the Edgewood way off sides on that play. My goodness, hugely off sides, but the Panthers will control it in their own defensive zone. Pass to the point is held up by Edgewood. Shot comes in towards Hunter Newton, and he will just freeze it down and get another faceoff. On the near side here, Peyton Smith well in ahead of Hunter Straka, but as it is, we'll take the faceoff far side of Oregon's territory. They send their first liners out there. Roscos will get in the dot against Luke Thompson, freshman for Edgewood. Faceoff goes to the wall. It's taken by Shiljan. Jammed up, still poke free, and now here comes Roscos along with Franken and Oros. Oros, right wing side, crosses in, top of the circle, feed to Franken, but his stick is held up by Walker, and it's crossed along by Edgewood. Jeffrey Rossau dumps this one in with 8:55 to play, and behind the net it's Shiljan again, tries to send one towards the near side. Franken battling there with Roscos. Puck is loose, taken by Edgewood, dropped into the slot where Caden Peterson of Oregon skates it out, swings over the top, and it's knocked back in by the Crusaders. Gage Shiljan behind his own net with 8:35 to go in the second period. Panthers trail 3-1 here on their home ice against the Edgewood Crusaders. Puck loose in center, Roscos over the top, but there's Franken along with Roscos and Oros. Puck is tapped, but I believe Oros going to get there. What a pass to Franken. Feet across, and it's knocked to the near wall. What a pass that time. What a job by Oros to get that one and hold the zone. Let him try and do something with it. Fortunately, they're not able to get a shot out of it with 8:16 to play in the second period. It remains a 3-1 Edgewood lead. Getting some last second subs. Now we're ready to go. Colton Ayers against Thomas Weiss in the face-off dot. And the referee wants Weiss out of there. He'll be replaced by Drew Lentz. And the referee still not happy. Referee letting him know what's going on. We'll try it one more time. Lentz against Ayers. It's Lentz that wins it back to Zach Madsen of Edgewood. Turns it to the near side, and there is Colton Ayers. Ayers through the center, and Zach Walker has to react to an unusual deflection. But he does make the stop with 8:07 to go. Another face-off. Now Thomas Weiss back in the dot. Weiss able to win it again to Madsen. He sends it up that far side. Backhand attempt from Ayers is knocked away. And here comes Edgewood. Cody Menzel trying to get past the defense. It's Hogan Schultz. Feed into center for Lentz is blocked away. Second chance is covered up by Newton. Thomas Weiss getting a backhand on that of the loose puck. Newton does a nice job to keep it. There wasn't much of a lane for him to even see that one coming. But he's able to stop it with 7:52 to play in the second period. Panthers first liners back out there again. Roscos against Weiss on the near side of the Oregon zone. Weiss wins it to Straka. He rifles one in. It goes well high. Takes the glass. And there's Franken at the point for Oregon. His pass, though, picked off by Menzel. He finds a crossing Weiss, and here comes Thomas Weiss. One man to beat at Shiljan, trying to drag it in. No good. Second chance. Feet across. And if Lentz just turns and fires that one, he's got it. He always thinks pass first, and that time, I think, works himself out of a potential goal. Oros dragging through, dragging past a second time, and then this one cleared by Edgewood. Rush in neutral ice, fires it in, but he hits his own man, Franken. Offsides the call. We get a neutral zone face-off with 7:21 to play in the second. That is the second time. We saw it in the previous game, and we saw it just here now. Drew Lentz, I think if he just takes that shot, he potentially scores. Instead, he goes for a pass, and there's nobody there. The Panthers dodge a bullet. They're still down 3-1. Roscos against Klusner. Klusner wins it nicely to Straka. His pass, though, goes into the Oregon defensive zone, taken by Matt Rush. Rush's attempt at an angled pass doesn't work. Feed into Klusner in the low slot. Puck still loose. A shot and a save. Puck still in there, and it's kicked out by Rush. Matt Rush doing a job. Another save. Second shot and a third save. Hunter Newton doing the splits. The defense doing what they can. Edgewood just gunning them in, And historically, the second period has been rough for the Panthers. It has been in this game. 7:04 to go. They trail 3-1. Roscoe's in the dot once more. Puck drops. Roscoe's wins it. It's Matt Rush behind his own net. Panthers up the far side towards Franken. Swatted back in by the Crusaders. Hard to work Rush on the wall. He's quite good at skating along with pressure. But this loose puck is taken, and now working his way around is Peyton Smith. From the dot, tries to drag it in. Puck's still loose in the high slot. Pass towards Oros is too strong, and Zach Madsen has it for Oregon. Turning around now is Aiden Lentz. Comes in right wing side, top of the far circle. Taken off his tape by Franken, who finds Roscoe's. Crossing along is Oros, and here's Roscoe's and Oros. Roscoe's pass to Oros is broken up. Second chance, a shot and a save by Zach Walker. One of his biggest in this game so far. Edgewood clears it out. And we've got a whistle behind the play here. Hooking is the call. And unfortunately, it goes against the Panthers. It's Zach Roscoe's second hooking penalty of this game. With 6:17 to play, it is another power play opportunity for Edgewood. Their third tonight. They are 2 of 2 on their previous opportunities. Panthers with a tall task here. Sam Mueller in the face-off dot for Oregon. He does win it to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan high off the glass. And we get a whistle that it was out of play. It must have hit that, hit one of the soft barriers, or maybe it hit one of the Edgewood players potentially. I think it did. As I look, see them over there on the bench, I think it caught one of the Edgewood players in the helmet. So an out of play on that one. Linesman explaining to Thomas Weiss exactly what had happened. Now we're ready to go again. Face off, far side of the neutral zone. Edgewood controls. Move it across to Menzel. Menzel not able to hang on to that one, and there's Ben Wheatholtz. Wheatholtz guns one out and sends it down. 6 minutes even to play in the second period. Minute 42 on the power play, as that's going to be an offside entry. Crossing over with Straka. That last pass is what will get you at the blue line. And a nice job of Drew Lentz, so showing that his skate remained on the blue line, but it was not him that was offside. So another face-off. Panthers down a man for another minute 39. Face-off won by Edgewood. Controlling at the far side. Cross it near side for Menzel. Moving through neutral ice with 5:49 to play in the second. Finds Drew Lentz on the entry. And nice break up and clear out by Gage Shiljan. Surely the best defenseman on this Oregon squad. He shows why there. Makes it look easy. Minute 19 on the power play. 5:34 to go in the second period. Strassman hassling Menzel at neutral ice, forces him back into his own zone. Puck still controlled by the Panthers, and they get it over to Hogan Schultz in the defensive zone. Schultz getting ready to lift one on, and he does just that. Strassman making the entry, and he's going to follow up against Thomas Weiss. Weiss's pass goes a little bit strong, and now the puck is loose with 50 seconds on the power play. Edgewood able to come up with it, though. Drop it in the middle. They've got numbers. Straka a shot and a pad save. Click clear. Good clear by the defense of Oregon, but Edgewood still controls. Klusner beneath the net, top of the circle for Menzel. His shot wide left of the cage. Doesn't find its way to Hunter Newton. At the point, a nice job by Matt Strassman. He'll get a clear, and he'll get some new penalty killers for these Oregon Panthers. 4:40 to go in the period, 23 seconds on the power play after the Zach Roscoe's hooking penalty. Moving this one ahead, they find Peyton Smith. He goes hard, though, into the boards, loses the puck. It comes to Matt Rush in the slot, and Rush is able to fire that one down. 9 seconds to go on the power play. 4:24 in the second period. Edgewood up 3-1 as they turn around behind their own net. Nathan Walker controlling, and Roscoe's is out of the box. Both teams are full strength. Comes to Roscoe's, looking to get an onside entry. He does just that to the near side faceoff dot. A shot and a save as Roscoe's is spun down hard. Walker makes another save, a big hit that time on Oros. 4:03 to go in this period. Oros looks a little shaken up after that hit. Kind of slow to get up. Now he gets back into the play. Roscoe's trying to get this one to him. They find Oros. He finds Roscoe's. Roscoe's backhand and a save. Oh my goodness. There's, excuse me, there's Caden Peterson. And a stop again from the Edgewood goaltender. Thomas Weiss, very dangerous. Loses control of that puck. It's followed along by Aiden Lentz. Lentz, low angle. Hand pass from Edgewood. A good stop. A second shot, and it goes wide. And now we're going to get a whistle as the net has come off once more. Boy, they're going to have to take a look at Laszlo Oros. He was very slow to kind of get his senses back after that collision behind the net. Sure hope he's all right. He was able to skate off under his own power, of course, but always worry about the potential for head injuries in a contact sport like hockey. 3:31 to play in the second period. Edgewood up 3-1. Face-off near side of the Oregon zone. Linesman drops the puck. It's trapped on the dot. Panthers win it back to Parker Schmidt. He's tied up, though. A quick shot hits the side of the cage. A second shot comes in and goes wide. Nash drops it in low. A backhand attempt and a save from Hunter Newton. A second chance doesn't get through. It's still in the front. Kicked clear that time by Hogan Schultz. But Edgewood really pushing here with 3:12 to go. Drop it into the slot. Schultz breaks up the attempted shot by Luke Thompson. The Panthers clear it down. A nice little bounce pass. Here's Colton Ayers along with Nick Bryant. Flips it past the defender. Bryant going to the net. He actually collides with the goalie, and surprised we didn't get a call there. It was unintentional, but he went right into the goalie, and we have a man down hard on the ice is Matt Strassman. I did not see what happened, but Matt Strassman, unhappy about something, obviously. Clearly took a hit of some kind. No call coming. And I apologize, folks. It was behind the play. I didn't see it. The referee crew is commiserating here in the Edgewood zone. Edgewood coming over to try and chat with them, figure out what's going on. Doesn't look like we're going to get a call coming out of it, so we will have the face-off near side of the Crusader zone. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in this second period. The Panthers are giving it all they have physically, and they are taking a beating. Edgewood, as always, big and fast. Happy to deliver hits. These games always become physical in the later going. Coach Clements over on the Oregon bench talking with the officials. That conversation concludes. Not sure how happy Coach Clements was with the outcome, but at any rate, we will continue 5-on-5 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play. And in fact, we're going to move the face-off to neutral ice. So it'll be Thomas Weiss against Zach Roscos. Neutral ice face-off. Oros takes it in. Curls it around. There's Roscos. Roscos takes a shot, and it's a blocker save from Zach Walker, the goalie. He has been stellar in this game. Moving forward is Drew Lentz. He's got a man with him, Thomas Weiss. Instead, he puts the puck too far, but holding behind him is Menzel. Lentz again, far side dot. Drops it off to the point. Edgewood takes a shot in. It's deflected away and ends up behind the net. Menzel there, but he pokes it to the near side where it's held by Oros. Pass across, held by Weiss as he turns the corner and tries to get it back in. Onside's entry and controlled by Edgewood. Pass to Menzel is a little strong with 2:13 to go. Near side, they send it up to Hunter Straka. Center point, takes a quick shot, doesn't get through traffic. Handed down by Zach Roscos. Roscos sticking with this puck behind his own net with an even 2 minutes to play. The Panthers trail 3-1 here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Adam Franken drifting along on the left wing edge. Stops up as he enters the zone. Tries to find Roscos. Now he'll flick it down behind the net with 1:50 to go. Battle ensues right behind the Edgewood cage. Both teams fighting for it. Oros looking to pick it up. Drags around one man and holds possession. In the corner. Backhands it. It goes off a skate. And now it's taken away. And here comes a 2-on-1 rush. It's Menzel and Weiss. And a breakup by Rush. Following is Straka. Pass to Menzel is behind him. He can't follow it up. That second attempt is no good. And here's Pat McCormick coming the other way. What a stick lift by Menzel. He takes it away for the Crusaders. Pass into neutral ice. Held by Hogan Schultz. Picked off, though, and turned the other way by Edgewood, but here's Pat McCormick now. McCormick with Strassman coming in, flicks it into neutral ice. Ayers trying to get after it there, instead taken by Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Pass comes a little strong, and it'll be sent in by Matt Rush. Panthers check up and enter on sides. Minute even to play in this period. 3-1 is the score. Hogan Schultz in neutral ice, rifles one in. Panthers check up again and make the entry once more. Walker gives it up to Colton Ayers. Ayers tries to get one into center. It's broken up, though. He follows along, though, and he finds Strassman. Strassman a shot. Penalty coming. McCormick a score! And that'll wipe out the penalty, and it's once again Strassman to McCormick. Pat McCormick lifts it glove side and makes it 3-2 for Oregon. with just 41 seconds to go. Matt Strassman and Pat McCormick combined for another pretty one, just as they did in the game against Edgewood at LeBon back in December. Give the Panthers new life. It's Edgewood 3, Oregon 2 with 41 seconds left here in the second period. Roscoe fires that face-off to the near side, but it's skated away by Peyton Smith. Up off the wall in front of his own bench and down into Oregon territory with 30 seconds to go as Gage Shilchin picks it up. Up towards the point for Franken. Turning around hard on it is Nick Bryant, but it'll be taken instead by Peyton Smith. Now stripped away, and here comes Nick Bryant. Bryant with 5 Crusaders to face, instead elects to fire it to the far side. Edgewood clears it out into center ice. Peyton Smith taps it ahead with 10 seconds to play. Riding him into the boards is Caden Peterson, taken away by Roscoe's. Big scrum behind the net, 3 seconds left to play in this period. They fire it out, but it will be too late. And I apologize, they give the assists on that last goal to number 20, Colton Ayers, and number 12, Gage Shilchin. So I must have misread 12 as 18. But in any event, the Panthers are able to get another goal. They tie this period 1-1. And they go in to the third and final period, trailing 3-2 here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. It's been penalties in this game, and Oregon hasn't taken many of them. They've only had 3 penalties. Perfectly normal for a high school game, below average even. And yet, unfortunately, Edgewood's power play team is about the best you're gonna see anywhere. They have converted on 2 of those 3 penalties, and that is why they have the 3-2 advantage. But there are 17 minutes of hockey left, folks. Do not go anywhere. This game potentially will decide the Badger South Conference champion, and we're gonna bring you the third period in just a moment here on OCA Media. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff here with you on OCA Media. We are just about to get started for the third period of action here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. The Edgewood Crusaders lead 3-2 after 2 periods. It's been a very, very good game, and the Panthers in particular, I think, have played really well. What has cost them has been penalties, and they haven't taken many. They've taken 3 penalties. Zach Roscoe's called twice for hooking, and let me just check my notes. Laszlo Oros called for a trip. Unfortunately, both of those Zach Roscoe's hooking penalties led to Edgewood goals. Their power play unit is deadly, and they have converted on 2 of 3 opportunities here in the first 2 periods. That's the reason for the lead. The Panthers have played really well. That last goal from Matt Strassman, from Gage Shilchin, Colton Ayers with the assists, and Pat McCormick with the backhanded flip glove side to get the goal was just pretty. But the Panthers are still down a goal as we head into the third period. If past is prologue, this is exactly where they were as we went into the third period at LeBon. They were down 1-0 there as opposed to 3-2, but just like then, down a goal going into the third period, but an opportunity to do something they haven't done since 2013 that none of the players on this team, even the seniors, have had an opportunity to see, let alone participate in, and that is defeat the Edgewood Crusaders. December 3rd, 2013, the last time Oregon was able to accomplish that. If they do it here, they move into a tie for first place with the Crusaders atop the Badger South. And there are a lot of teams this year that are competing. Whoever gets the win here is going to be well positioned to make a run for the conference championship. The teams are coming back to the ice. Let's head down there and get ready for the third period of action. As I mentioned, it's 3-2 Edgewood. Cody Menzel getting their first goal in the first period. Drew Lentz getting the second one in the first period. And then that second period goal, the power play goal, coming from Thomas Weiss for the Panthers. Adam Franken with the first goal for Oregon in the first period, and Pat McCormick with that second goal in the second. Panthers need 1 to equalize, 2 to win here. They've got 17 minutes to find a way to do it. The first liners for both teams are on the ice, and we are just about ready to start. It'll be Zach Roscoe against Thomas Weiss in the dot once more. Linesman drops the puck. Weiss able to control it, send it back. Moving it forward is Menzel. Lentz tries to get it in, but it's knocked clear by the Panthers. Move it across to Adam Franken on the near side. Franken flipping that one forward. It's a little strong, and Hunter Straka takes it now. Up the near side, Gage Shilchin comes along. Cross ice to Oros. Off his tape, though, and taken by Menzel. Oros puts some pressure on, follows behind, and he's going to get called for the hook. And this is a tough way to start that period, but Oros called for his second penalty of the night. He and Roscos both have 2. This time it's a hook, and with 16:36 to play in this game, Laszlo Oros will spend 2 minutes on the penalty bench, and the Panthers have another penalty to kill off here. Sam Mueller in the dot against Thomas Weiss, far side of the Oregon zone. Puck drops, it's controlled by Edgewood. Hunter Straka, center point. Nothing there, drops it down for Lentz. Curls it back to the top of the circle and across to Thomas Weiss. They change up as Straka controls. High slot, shot, and a nice save that time by Hunter Newton. 16:21 to play, a minute 45 on the power play. Edgewood up 3-2. And the Panthers getting ready to knock this one out. Thomas Weiss against Sam Mueller again. Mueller controls briefly. Puck is still lost in skates, and now it comes up to Drew Lentz of Edgewood, to Straka at the near point. Work it cross ice to Menzel and Straka again. Pass to Thomas Weiss is too strong. Shiljan's going to track it behind the net. Tries to flip it by one defender. Second chance, that hits off a stanchion. The clearing attempt is stopped by Straka. Just bad luck for the Panthers on both those clearing attempts. Hopefully it doesn't burn them here. 15:56 to go in the game. Minute 18 on the power play. Thomas Weiss dishes it to Straka. Back to Weiss, top of the near circle. Thought about a shot, settled it down. Girls back near side. Straka top of the circle. Over to Lentz, high slot. His shot is broken up and goes wide of the cage. Attempted clear by Shiljan is stopped by Thomas Weiss. Working at the near point, finds Straka at the center point. Cross it to Menzel. Menzel's shot is chopped down out of midair by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan pushed hard into the boards, but he rides the puck out. Now we've got a whistle. Boy, Gage Shiljan took just a hard hit from Thomas Weiss. And that is going to send Thomas Weiss to the box. Tripping is the call. And so we will be 4-on-4 for 48 seconds. And then the Panthers will have their first power play opportunity of the night. They will get a minute 12 on the man advantage. We have 15:24 left to play in this game. Drew Lentz getting the official explanation from the referee. He will skate off. It'll be Pat McCormick for the Panthers near side of the Edgewood zone. 4-on-4 hockey here for another 45 seconds. Edgewood behind their own net. Teddy Klusner moves it along. Up to the point. Walker trying to clear it out. Rush putting some pressure on. They do send it into neutral ice, and it's taken by Caden Peterson of Oregon. Strassman, nice cross ice to Pat McCormick, who flips it in briefly, but Hunter Straka will turn the other way. Straka looking to try and hit a pass over to Peyton Smith. He stops it with his skates and just flips it down into the Oregon zone. Matt Rush controlling with 18 seconds left on the 4-on-4, 14:50 left on the game. The Panthers chop it. Pat McCormick's going to send that one down for icing. He looked a little unhappy. I think he wanted to send that slightly lighter or a little further this way. Unfortunately, it goes down for icing with 11 seconds left on the 4-on-4. We'll have a face-off in the far side of the Panther zone. Drew Lentz against Colton Ayers. In the dot. Puck drops, and it's Ayers that wins it back to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan controlling at the end line. 5 seconds left on the Panther penalty. Colton Ayers looking to hit Franken on the pass. The pass just out of his reach. It comes down. Penalty expires. Panthers are full strength. They're on the power play. 5-on-4 for a minute 8. Held at the point by Oros. Drags around his man. Near side faceoff dot. Shot is blocked and ends up at the rear wall. Oros swings over the top of a bouncing puck. It's still loose, and it's rifled along the far side and up on end. It will roll out of the zone, taken by Gage Shiljan. 53 seconds left on the power play for Oregon. Colton Ayers finds Franken on the entry. Franken near side, dump pass to Roscos. Down to Franken in the corner with 44 seconds on the power play. Roscos again flicks it along to the far side. Striding there is Imhoff Evericks of Edgewood. Tries to clear it to the point, can't do it. Shiljan down to Roscos. Roscos cross ice. Ayers trying to get it. It's covered up by Zach Walker as Ayers is pushed over the top of him. No hard feelings between either team. Gives him a little head tap to show it. Net comes off the moorings, and Walker had covered it regardless. We'll get another face-off. Panthers with 30 seconds left on this power play. They trail by only one goal with 13:54 left to go in this game. The Badger South Conference on the line. Colton Ayers in the dot, near side of the Edgewood zone. Working towards the slot. Ayers can't, just drags over the top. What a stop with the skate by Shiljan. Moves it up to Roscoe's. Down to Franken. Franken behind the net. Feed to the slot, no good. Down to Roscoe's again on the goal line. Pass in is broken up, but it comes to Franken and back to Roscoe's once more. The Panthers collapsing down tight here. They find an open point. Thought about the shot, but Oros gives it up to Shiljan and back to Roscoe's again. 7 seconds on the power play. Whip it to Franken. Back to the point for Oros. 2 seconds on the power play. Shot from Oros is deflected high, and both teams are full strength. Roscoe's with the puck back beneath the net for Franken again. Feed into center, a shot, and a save. Puck is still loose, and a score! The Panthers get it done! And we are tied at 3. Just a few seconds after the penalty expires, 9 seconds to be exact. The Panthers get the goal, and they tie this game at 3. We'll get the official call from the PA announcer. That puck was just trickling in the crease, so I'm not sure precisely who they're going to credit with the goal. But whoever gets the notch on the stat sheet, the most important thing is the scoreboard, and the Panthers have tied it up 3-3 against the Edgewood Crusaders. They win the draw back to Matt Rush, controlling in his own zone, challenged by Drew Lentz. Roscoe's credited with the goal. Ayers and Franken get the credit for the assist. As Edgewood moves in, Drew Lentz down to Cody Menzel. Menzel moves it along to Weiss behind the net. 12:50 to play as the Panthers look to move it out. Up to the point, held by Madsen of Edgewood. Guns it down into Weiss. Cross ice, what a breakup that time by the Panthers. Getting a stick on it with Strassman, and now he hustles after the puck. Forces Walker back behind his net. That pass up doesn't go. Fountain puts it back behind the cage once more. 12:30 to play as the Panthers are working in the Edgewood zone. Pat McCormick sends it near side. Gage Shiljan's on the point there. He'll have to retreat back as Drew Lentz moves it ahead to Menzel. Right wing edge, takes a light shot, and it is snatched out of midair by Hunter Newton, who gets a big hand from this home crowd. We stay tied at 3 with 12:16 to play. Roscoe's, Ayers, and Franken all combine on that goal. Face off in the Panther zone. It's controlled by Edgewood. A shot comes through. It's stuck in the crease and frozen down. Edgewood taking their whacks at it, but Hunter Newton standing tall and getting the freeze. 12:12 to play in a tie game here in the third period. It's 3-3. Linesman looks off the wingers. Face off again, won by Edgewood. They work at top of the far circle. Shot is blocked by Drew Reynolds. Second shot blocked away by Hogan Schultz. Third shot is saved by Hunter Newton. The Panthers with 2 blocked shots and a great glove save from the goaltender. Their defense is working hard here, but they are getting the job done with 12:03 to go in this game. I apologize even more than the Monroe game. I don't think that shots on goal tally is probably all that accurate. But the important thing is the goals, and we are all tied up at 3 there. Feed into Straka. Straka low slot. Pass across, and the shot goes well wide. Off the tape of Peyton Smith. Panthers look to clear it out. Instead, give it up to Lentz. Lentz a shot, and another glove save from Hunter Newton. The catching mitt of Hunter Newton is getting a workout today, and the student section is fired up over there, cheering on their goaltender, who's making it look good between the pipes. 11:50 to play in the third and final period. We're all tied up at 3. Zach Roscoe's in the dot against Weiss. Roscoe's wins it back. Menzel, though, takes it for Edgewood. Wants to find a feed, nothing there. Now finds Straka at the center point. Straka challenged by Franken, gives it up. There's a pass up to Oros. Oros has got 2 men with him. He takes it to the far wall, looking for a lifted pass, nothing there. Works it down, drags along. Feed into center, now skated out by Straka of Edgewood. He's challenged and knocked off it, but gets it up to Lentz. He crosses it to Thomas Weiss. Thomas Weiss, 1-on-1, takes a shot and gets the score. Oh, and I apologize, folks. I just hate to see that. The Panthers have played so hard in this game. And then Edgewood on a busted play is able to break it out to Thomas Weiss. And he gets the one-on-none score. Assist to Drew Lentz. It was a great play from Edgewood. If you're an Edgewood fan, I don't mean to take away from them. That was a heck of a play. But it is a frustrating one for the Panthers, and they once again find themselves down a goal, trailing 4-3 here in the third period. Hogan Schultz back into his own zone, looking for the pass out, moves it across to Nick Bryan. Bryan ahead to Strassman, puts a touch on, but he is well behind the red line, and that will be an icing call. Panthers will head back to their own zone. So we talked about it for Oregon. Early in the game, they were down 2-0. And then they were down 3-1, and I said they had to make a decision whether they were going to mentally check out or they were going to stay and fight. They have absolutely done that. Even harder now, only trailing by 1, but nonetheless, all their mental energy will have to be dedicated to this as they look to battle back in. 11 minutes even to play as they trail by 1. Here at the Oregon Ice Arena, Nick Bryan breaks the ankles of the defender. The puck into the neutral zone, and Edgewood controls defensively there. Trying to move forward is Luke Thompson. His pass goes strong to Hogan Schultz. Schultz cross ice into the neutral zone. It will be picked up that time by Nathan Walker. Walker, a light shot and a awkward pad save, awkward rebound off the pad save, but it comes out to Oregon. And here they come. Here comes Pat McCormick. He's got Strassman. The feed is just out of his reach. They turn and fire it right through the middle. It nearly goes off Walker's tape toward the goalie, but Edgewood able to escape that one. The tap comes along, and it's taken by Klusner. Top of the circle, he swings, and his shot is blocked by Hogan Schultz, who is knocked down hard. And now working behind is Peyton Smith. His shot is blocked away by Colton Ayers. And then Ayers fires it along, and here goes Strassman. The hand is up for icing. Strassman will not be able to get there in time. Despite his best efforts, icing the call against Oregon will take it back to the Panther zone for another faceoff with 10:03 to play in this game. Panthers down only 1 after the Thomas Weiss breakaway goal. Need to find a way to get just one more here against Edgewood. Referee bringing out a spare water bottle for Hunter Newton. Kind of him to do so. I take it back. He's just squirting some water in, trying to get the moorings to hold a little more tightly. Also a nice thing to do, but more of a job thing. So he'll take that back to the Panther bench, and we will get ready to get started here. 10:03 to go in this game. The Panthers down a goal. Thomas Weiss taking on Zach Roskos, far side of the Panther zone. Referee looking him off. Drops the puck. Roskos wins it back to Parker Schmidt. Up to Franken near side. His pass is picked off. Lentz a shot, and what a save from Hunter Newton. Lentz has a quick release, is a dangerous shooter. Hunter Newton, though, saw that puck leak out to the dot. Got himself in perfect position. Made a great save. Roskos against Weiss once again. Face-off. Trying to go right to the hole was Weiss. The puck is loose, though, and taken by Zach Roskos. He goes cross ice. He nearly finds Oros. Oros will follow along against Hunter Straka. Backhand clearing attempt from Straka comes towards Shiljan at the blue line. He holds it in. They manage to hold the zone. Here's Oros to Franken, and just out of his reach. Zach Manson has it instead and taps it along into the neutral zone. Good pass from Shiljan. Gives it over. And it's Franken and Roskos and Oros getting kind of bunched up. Now sent into the middle. Lentz with a nasty hand pass. Unintentional there. You could tell what he was trying to do, but as he tried to come down, he ended up on the stick of an Oregon player who picked it back up. That'll get you a hand pass every time, and we'll take the face-off in the far side of the Edgewood zone. 9:21 to play in the game. The Panthers down 4-3. As they send their second forward line out there, it'll be Colton Ayers to take the face-off. McCormick and Strassman are his wingers. Rush and Shiljan, the defenseman, win the face-off to Rush at the far point. He sends a hard shot in, but Thomas Weiss just stops it dead. An unfortunate turn of events for Edgewood, though, as it hits off the back of the skate of Cody Menzel. Comes back into the Edgewood zone. Weiss flips it past towards Lentz and then takes the one touch. Gives it over to Menzel. Drop for Lentz. Broken up that time by Ayers, and here come the Panthers the other way. Strassman and Colton Ayers. They've got a man trailing. It's McCormick. Ayers, top of the circle. His shot is blocked away, but he keeps it in, fires it out of play. That time off the stick of Jordan Imhoff-Everix, who got in the way, and we'll get a face-off near side of the Edgewood zone. Ayers crashed into the boards pretty hard, but he gets up, ready to play again. 8:53 left in the game. Panthers just need one here. Ayers in the dot. Puck is dropped. It's one back to Rush. Center point. Rifles a shot in and just misses high. Ayers crashes in, can't get the rebound. Strassman pushed down hard from behind as he's ridden into the wall. The puck is knocked out. A hand is up for icing, and that will be the call. Matt Rush, that shot, it didn't generate a lot of movement on the ice in terms of players reacting to it, but that was a killer shot. A release with a ton of speed, and the reason players didn't react is because I don't think they saw it. I don't think Zach Walker ever saw that one, but it misses a little high, a little left. Panthers still pushing here on the near side, and Zach Roscos wins the face-off. They send it back to Rush again. He angles it off the boards to Franken. Battling behind the net, and it's skated away by Imhoff-Everix. Challenged by Oros, who turns it around, finds Franken behind the net. Franken to Roscos, one-time score! Adam Franken hits Zach Roscos. Who blasts it into the back of the net on a one-knee, one-timer. And with 8:24 to go in the game, we're tied up again at 4. That's Roscoe's second goal of the game. He and Franken have combined for so many this season. They do it again there. We're tied in the third period of this game. Roscos wins that faceoff back. Schultz moves it over to Shiljan and up to Franken. Here's Roscos and Oros coming in. Roscos past his man, backhanded attempt, and a save made that time by Zach Walker. Cross ice pass. Panthers will have to check up. Franken does a good job to miss over the top of the puck. Checks back up and puts some pressure on Hunter Straka. Straka's pass nearly picked off, but here comes Thomas Weiss. Weiss challenged by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan gets it away from him. He takes a big shove from Drew Lentz, but the Panthers are able to move it into the zone at the blue line. Getting knocked down was Adam Franken, but they keep it in the Edgewood zone. Here comes Hogan Schultz stepping up. A shot and a save. Hogan Schultz, a quick little slider along the ice there, but the Crusaders now control. Menzel, cross ice, broken up by Ayers. Ayers is going to be offsides on that one, and there is the late call. It was the right call. The Panthers not happy because they didn't hear an offsides shout from the ref, but it was definitely the right call on offsides against Oregon. And with 7:31 to play, we'll get a neutral ice face-off on the far side of the sheet. Colton Ayers will do battle with Cooper Fink. Puck drops. Ayers wins it over to Schultz. Shiljan near side. Strassman whips it in. Panthers give chase as it's below the goal. Hunter Straka for Edgewood. Broken up by Strassman, but he keeps it moving. Now picked off by McCormick, who backhands it down for Strassman again. Tried to whip it in front, but deflected away and taken by Luke Thompson. Cross ice, they're able to find Walker. And now Darag dumps it in. 7:13 to go in this game. Thompson gives that one up to Pat McCormick. Cross ice to Strassman. McCormick, Strassman, and Ayers all on the entry here. Strassman tries to send it along. It's broken up by Walker, but Strassman holds that one down low. Feed into the center. Nobody there, unfortunately, except Crusaders. A perfect centering feed. That's going to be an icing there. Well behind the red line was the Crusader attempting to clear it. We will bring it back to the Edgewood zone. 6:51 to play. Tied at 4 in the third period. The Badger South Conference potentially on the line in this game. Zach Roscos in the dot against Teddy Klusner. Roscos tries to work it towards the goal. Dragging along is Oros in the corner. Pushed up into the wall. Franken comes to assist. Zach Madsen of the Edgewood tries to clear it. It's broken up by Roscos, doesn't let it go, and now here comes Franken. Franken loses control in the sticks, and it's Klusner that moves it across, finding Aiden Lentz. Right wing side, top of the circle, and boy, he takes a huge hit. just laying into him, and Edgewood is still got the puck. Madsen, a second chance, is blocked by a sliding Zach Roscos after Matt Rush was hurt after that big hit he delivered. But here come the Panthers. It's Oros. Oros, top of the circle, drags through from behind, the backhand, no good, and he's knocked down. Not quite able to hold it. Just a huge back and forth there, but the Panthers now control. Nick Bryan looking for an outlet pass, feeds it ahead towards Jake Fountain. It comes into the Edgewood zone, and they'll give chase. 5:57 to play in this third period. We are all tied at 4. Drew Reynolds takes a hit as he tries to deliver one, and here comes Thomas Weiss. Weiss's pass ahead is offsides. Peyton Smith not getting it. And the student section wanting a call as Sam Mueller got kind of dumped well after that play, but I have to admit I only saw him after he had fallen. I don't know if he lost an edge or if he actually got hit by one of the Edgewood players. The referee's keeping an eye on things. I'm sure they would have seen had there been an infraction. So with 5:48 to go in the third, we're tied at 4. We're going to face off in the center's dot. Ayers versus Weiss. Linesman looks off the wingers, drops the puck. Weiss wins it for Edgewood. Angled pass is taken instead by Ayers, who lofts one along to Strassman. A nice attempt, and they do manage to get it into the zone. Panthers play an aggressive dump and chase style. They will happily send it in like that. This time it does work out for them, but now here comes Weiss. Weiss has got Drew Lentz with him. Diving down, a feed to Lentz. What a stop from Hunter Newton! Gage Shiljan gets down low to try and block that pass. Weiss lofts it above him in one of the best passes you're likely to see, but then Hunter Newton shuts the door on Drew Lentz and keeps the Panthers in this game. The student section is going crazy. With 5:26 left to play, we stay tied at 4. Colton Ayers against Thomas Weiss. Ayers sends it to the near wall. Shiljan trying to get in it. Lentz goes down, and the Panthers control. Drew Lentz using that big body of his, putting some physicality on now. Hunter Straka does a nice job to hold that one at the center line for Edgewood. Lentz controls. And they're going to be careful for an offsides here. Now Straka making the entry, going to the right edge. Straka tries to work through center. Schultz pokes out at it, but it's held by Imhoff Everix. He takes a shot and a stick save up into the netting by Hunter Newton. That's a nice shot from Imhoff Everix because you don't really expect one to launch in from that angle. It worked its way out there, kind of funny. He tries to get the opportunity, but Hunter Newton is on his game. We remain tied at 4 with 4:58 to play. Roscos against Weiss, far side of the Oregon zone. Weiss wins it to Straka. Trying to send it down. Oros goes to his knees, but hangs on to the puck and lifts it off the glass. And here's Zach Roscos. Roscos against Madsen. One-on-one break. Shot and a save from Walker. The hustle on display from both of these teams has been outstanding. Zach Roscos fighting there to just get that shot on. Give Zach Madsen credit as well. Back checking on defense. Senior on senior, Zach on Zach. And Zach on Zach on Zach is Zach Walker, also the goalie. 4:45 to go, still tied at 4. Oros trying to get this one. Stuck behind the net. Couple of Panthers in there. Now it is Oros that comes up, finds Franken. Franken backhands it along. Panthers look to hold at the center point. They do. They'll have to retreat quickly on defense. Peterson nearly stops that with a hand, but it's picked up and taken by Peyton Smith. He drags past, but Roscos knocks it to the wall. And then Rush pokes it to the far side. Shiljan's pass picked off. It's taken by Klusner. Stops up top of the far circle. Fires one across for Peyton Smith. Now they drop to the point for Walker. Down behind the net. Oh, it's loose in front. A shot is blocked up by Matt Rush, who gets in front of that one. Doesn't let it go. Franken controls with 4:04 to play. Zach Roscos will take it on the right wing side. He's got McCormick and Franken with him. Drags through a couple of players. Swings over the top. He was knocked off that one with 3:53 to play. Aiden Lentz's pass goes too strong, and Gage Shiljan will control for Oregon. Sends it into neutral ice. It's out of the reach. The hand is up for icing, and that will be the call. With 3:43 to go, let's head back to the Oregon zone for a face-off. What an exciting matchup between these two teams. The game at LeBon was just as good. And with inside of 4 minutes to go, we're all tied up at 4. here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Weiss against Ayers in the face-off dot, near side of the Panthers zone. Controlled and won by Imhoff Everix. His shot goes through the legs of Hogan Schultz to the far wall. Puck lost, and here comes a 2-on-2 chance for the Panthers. Strassman and McCormick, they've got a goal already today. Strassman takes a shot and lofts it very high. Got a little underneath that one into the safety netting. And we'll get a neutral ice face-off. Weiss against Ayers once again, near side of the neutral zone. Puck drops and Edgewood controls. Imhoff Everix moving it across to Hunter Straka. Left wing edge, they get into it with the referee and with Ayers. Offsides delayed against Edgewood. Panthers control, what a pass from McCormick, and now Strassman striding after it. Against Jordan Imhoff Everix, he has to rim it hard to that far side. He finds Cody Menzel. 3-on-3 coming the other way. Menzel with Weiss and Lentz. They get it to Lentz. Lentz, high slot. Shot is deflected into the safety netting. And another solid defensive output from Oregon. You could see that play developing dangerously. It was a nice rim from Imhoff Everix to break his men out. Cody Menzel leading the way along with Drew Lentz and Thomas Weiss, but the Panthers defense gets into position. Does not allow the shot to find its way to Hunter Newton. 3:04 to play in the game. Tied at 4 apiece. Face-off won by Edgewood. It's Imhoff Everix. Dropping it down. Feet across. There's Weiss. High slot. Works his way to the hash marks. He fires it over the corner of the net. Too tall, no call. Cleared out by Oros into center ice. Weiss cuts right back in left wing side to the high slot again. His shot doesn't go. Stick is knocked out, but there's Franken. And Oros getting the pass from Roscoe's. Laszlo Oros, top of the circle. Shot, and he hits the corner. Oros again taking the iron. He got ridden hard into the wall, and he again looks a little worse for wear. Pass to Weiss as Edgewood enters onside. Lentz in the slot. Shot broken up by Shiljan. What a stop. Edgewood still controls. Weiss at the dot. Working his way back around. Looked a little confused there. Now takes a shot. It ramps high into the glass. No good. 2:18 to play. A second shot. They've got it right beneath the net. Feed. Shot. Score. And Cade Shiljan begging for a penalty. He is not going to get one with 2:12 to go in the third and final period. Edgewood gets the feed and gets the score. We'll get the exact call. I believe the score came from Nathan Walker, number 28, but I'll get that precisely for you once we hear from the PA announcer. 2:12 to play in this game. It is 5-4 Edgewood as they win the draw, and this one comes out dangerously, comes out right in front of us. Hits the back wall, thankfully nobody injured. And we'll get now to play face-off. Panthers with 127 seconds to try and find another score here. Face-off won by Colton Ayers. Tries to work it in. It's knocked off his tape, but firing in is Sam Mueller. Mueller challenged at the blue line. They do knock it in, but they'll have to check up on the delayed offsides. Now they can pursue after this one. Ayers challenging Madsen. Held by Strassman, but knocked out at the point. Following along is Parker Schmidt, who guns that one in, and Strassman giving chase. Minute 46 to go in this game. Walker goes down hard, nearly losing the puck, but he's able to get up and quickly move it along to Peyton Smith, who flips it out of play. That will be a face-off in the Edgewood zone. Still haven't gotten the call from the PA announcer. I apologize. So face-off will be in the far side of the Edgewood zone. And I believe we're going to get a timeout from Oregon here. With a minute 40 to go in the game, it's going to be an Oregon timeout. 60 seconds to decide their strategy for the final bit of this contest. A lot for Coach Larry Clemens and his staff to talk with. But then again, although there's a lot you could say, maybe there's not a lot to say. The Panthers have played their game. They have done what they wanted to do. They have given everything in this game. The only thing left to do is to see if these 100 seconds can lead to a goal. The big decision for this coaching staff, when and if to pull goalie Hunter Newton. Very dangerous to do so against a team like Edgewood. They can make you pay for that in a heartbeat. We've seen them turn things around a couple of times in this game. But nevertheless, you've nothing to lose when you're down 5-4 and the game is on the line. Minute 40 to play here. As I have it, Edgewood has outshot Oregon 32-21. I suspect that is low for both teams. But either way, none of that matters now. Can Oregon get the goal in these final 100 seconds? The first line will be out there for the Panthers. Roscos, Franken, Oros on the forwards. Shiljan and Rush at defense. Face off far side of the Crusader zone. Roscos against Thomas Weiss. Puck drops. Roscos wins it to Rush, sends it over to Shiljan. Hunter Newton heading to the bench. Panthers will have 6 men here. Oros sends it down to Roscos. Feed towards Franken is broken up. Striding after it is Colton Ayers, the 6th man for the Panthers here. Shiljan challenging at the point. Puck is loose, it's lifted out, and that one's headed towards the net. Rush challenging after it, dives! He won't get there. And Edgewood just able to flip one off the glass, gets the bounce of bounces. There is no way, I bet if we let Drew Lentz do that 100 times, he couldn't do it 99 of them. But he gets the bounce there. And it is 6-4 Edgewood with 1:16 to go. Matt Rush striding for all he was worth, doing his level best to get there. But unfortunately, does not work out. 1:16 to play. Panthers down 2. Edgewood wins the draw and moves it across. Straka taps ahead to Menzel. Backhand comes towards Nick Bryan of Oregon, controlled in front of their own bench. Back into Oregon territory for Shiljan. Out of the reach of Roscos. Finds Nathan Walker of Edgewood. He finds Menzel at the red line. Lofts it along, and Nick Bryan will turn around and control with 53 seconds to go. Trying to fire it along to Adam Franken. Rifled in by Drew Lentz once more. 44 seconds to play as Bryan gets it in his own corner to Colton Ayers. Ayers collides badly with Bryan, and it's Thomas Weiss that controls. He swings over the top, now sends it to Straka at the point. Nathan Walker, top of the circle, shot, and it hits off the outside of the cage. No good. Panthers try home run pass, picked off by Weiss. Weiss drops it in, Nick Bryan gets in the way. Drew Lentz can't overskates it, but at the point, Hunter Straka will hold, wind in a drive, misses wide to the left. Walker with 15 seconds to go. Shoved by Franken. The loose puck taken by Shiljan. Cross ice to Ayers out of his reach, and Straka has it with 8 seconds to play. Sends it down, no icing the call. 5 seconds to go. Hunter Newton is there, and he's upended at the very end by Thomas Weiss. Gage Shiljan getting into it. Not at all happy with Thomas Weiss. The referees indicating for both teams to retreat and get out of mixing it up with each other. Matt Strassman and Cody Menzel sharing a nice moment. Looks like they may know each other. But at the end of regulation, Edgewood will take home the win 6-4 over the Oregon Panthers. A very tough conclusion for Oregon. They battled every single step of the way, played their hearts out, worked so hard. But give Edgewood a ton of credit. They have a lot of great skaters, and they show what they can do tonight. They defeat Oregon 6-4. That final goal, an empty netter, credited to Drew Lentz. For my players of the game tonight, Thomas Weiss for Edgewood without a doubt. Weiss was called for a tripping penalty, but he had a power play goal, he had an even strength goal, and I believe he had an assist as well. 2 or 3 points, and he was everywhere on the ice tonight. Played a hell of a game. Made a huge difference for Edgewood. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with Zach Roscos. Roscos took 2 penalties that were converted into 2 Edgewood goals, but just the same, scored a pair of goals of his own, and really looked good for the Panthers, looked really good in the face-off dot, put in just a tremendous amount of effort. The captain, Zach Roscoe, my player of the game for Oregon. That's going to do it here for us at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. For my cameraman and producer, Peyton, my name is Zach Seeloff, saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.